To be eligible to be a member, you've either got to be a service user and or a volunteer, an active volunteer, and that's really clear. And actually, George House Trust is deeply committed to 2/3 of all the members being people living with HIV, so that people living with HIV are right at the heart of the organisation.
By heart of the organisation, what we mean is that members actually make the most crucial governance decisions for the organisation. So anything that's really important that could potentially change the way the organisation operates, those decisions have to be made by members.
Well, I think it's a historical thing, but what it ensures is that people living with HIV are at the heart of the organisation. And one of the reasons it's really important is that members are elected onto the board of trustees. So if we didn't have 2/3 of members living with HIV, you could end up with a situation where you would have HIV negative people sitting on the board who wouldn't have the same knowledge and expertise and insight and passion and HIV activism. It would be a risk, I think.
Because ultimately those people are making decisions that affect HIV positive people. So to make the right decisions, it has to be made by the people who are actually going to suffer or benefit from any decisions made. That's crucial for our organisation.
And I know a lot of organisations talk about transparency and accountability, but I don't know of any other organisation outside of the HIV sector and inside it where the chair and the chief executive meet with the members on a quarterly basis and account for what we're doing, consult, and ask people, and members frequently do ask really pertinent, searching questions, and we're accountable. And that is really genuine. It's not a gimmick, it's a genuine characteristic of George House Trust. I think it's really unique and special.
I think you have to be passionate about George House Trust. You've got to believe in what we do and believe in who we are and believe in what we stand for. You've got to ultimately want to fight for the organisation. I think then to have an interest beyond your involvement currently. So, you know, we do talk about things like finance, we do talk about governance, we do talk about some really key decisions. So an interest in that is helpful. And I think you've got to be vocal and you've got to come along and be confident enough to be able to stand in front of a crowd of people and say, I don't agree with that. And that is a difficult thing.
That's why we do a lot of small group work in the meetings as well, to make it easier for people to discuss issues.
But you've got to want to question things and, you know, sometimes...
Searching minds.
Yeah, sometimes decisions are made that members are just happy with, and that's fine. But if there's something that you disagree with, I think you've got to be able to kind of voice that.
But you don't need to be, you know, highly educated, you don't need to have qualifications, you don't have to be HIV positive, although as we said, like 2/3 of members to be positive.
You don't have to want to be a trustee.
No, it doesn't. You can just come to meetings and take part, bring your ideas. But I think it's, for what I've heard a lot of members have said, becoming a member was part of a way of giving something back to George House Trust. Either they've come in as a volunteer and thought, wow, this is a lovely organisation, I want to give more, or maybe as service users they've received a lot of support and used our services and they want to be able to give something back.
Yeah.
And what better way to give something back than helping George House Trust to grow and flourish and ensure that it stays true to its roots. It's a big job, really. It's a lot, is it? Really?
No, it's not too much. We have quarterly meetings, but you don't have to attend those quarterly meetings every single time. You know, we would encourage you to attend as many meetings as you can, but we're all busy, and you know we understand that can't always happen. I think it's good to come along because you remember, because you want to know more. But other than those meetings, really, it's kind of up to you to be involved as much. You can be involved more than that if you'd like to. I mean, if you took the decision to stand as a trustee, that again is a bigger commitment and more time. But
the meetings happen in the evenings so that people who are working and studying can come. We always provide some really nice food. So try, recognise that people have been, had a busy day, they need to eat. We pay travel expenses for people to come. We also pay childcare expenses because we recognise that quite a few of our service users have children, and in order to participate, those children need to be looked after so that they remove that barrier from people coming, particularly women, though not exclusively.
I think it's actually just a really nice environment to come and meet a hugely diverse group of people that you may not meet in any other way at George House Trust, and to chat and to talk and to get into discussion about some really interesting issues that are affecting the organisation. I think that's...
And there isn't a typical member, actually.
No, there's not.
It's really diverse.
It just represents the organisation more than it represents any kind of individual.
Age and race and gender, sexual orientation. Quite a lot of laughter at members' meetings as well. It's not all dull. Some of it has to be serious, financial reports, but it's quite a lot of laughter and people making new friends and, you know, making connections with other people. Yeah.
And I would encourage people that have a skill that they think, oh, actually, I'm very good at this, or this, you know, I have a particular interest in something, that to come along and I think it's a really good opportunity to either develop that or to help George House Trust by bringing that to help others.
What I'd say to somebody thinking about becoming a member is, in order to encourage people to become members, we're going to start to have open meetings. So non-members will be able to come to meetings and observe, and I think that's the best way. Come along, check us out, have a look, listen to what people say. You'll see that the atmosphere is really relaxed, it's not formal, and that, you know, people quite enjoy themselves often, and just come along and have a look at what we do.
Yeah, and I think if you're passionate about the organisation, you can be involved in a different way, and you can either learn new skills, or you can challenge things, you can question things, you can meet different people, and you know, if you believe in George House Trust, it's a way of just being involved, but you know, with a completely different perspective of the organisation, which I think is really interesting.
I think because the members are such a diverse group, nobody would come in and think they wouldn't feel like an outsider, because there's so many different people there. It's not like a cliquey group. They're not all, for example, they're not all gay men, or, you know, it's really diverse. So, and welcoming. People are really welcoming of new members.